Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most famous coins ever minted in the United States, the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy Half Dollar, also known as the Bicentennial Half Dollar. If you've ever found one of these in your change, or maybe spotted that cool design with the Independence Hall on the back and thought, is this worth anything? Then stick around, because you might be surprised at what you'll learn today at by the end of this video. You'll know exactly what makes this coin special, which ones are valuable, and how to tell if you have a rare one sitting in your drawer right now. So grab your coins, hit that like button, and let's get into it. Section 1. The BACKSTORY. Alright, so let's rewind a bit. The year was 1976. The United States was celebrating its 200th birthday. The bicentennial to mark this once-in-a-lifetime occasion. The U.S. Mint did something it had never done before. It redesigned several coins to celebrate America's 200 years of independence. They chose 3 denominations: the quarter, the half dollar, and the $1 coin. Each of these got a special dual-date design, 1776 to 1976, instead of the usual single year. It was a big deal. People were hyped about it, and the Mint wanted to make sure everyone could get one, so they made hundreds of millions of them. Now, the Kennedy half dollar already had a deep emotional meaning. It was first introduced in 1964, right after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The coin was meant to honor him, and Americans fell in love with it immediately. So then the Mint decided to make a special version for the bicentennial. They went all out. The obverse, that's the front, still features John F. Kennedy's portrait designed by Gilroy Roberts. But the reverse, or the back, was completely redesigned. Section 2. The design and SYMBOLISM. The U.S. Mint held a national design contest for the bicentennial coins. For the half dollar, the winning design came from an artist named Seth G. Huntington. His design featured Independence Hall, the historic building in Philadelphia where both the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were debated and signed. It's a powerful symbol, the birthplace of American freedom. Above it, you'll see the words United States of America, and below, half dollar. In the center, right under the Hall's bell tower, it says 200 years of freedom, and of course, the dual date 1776, 1976. And if you look closely, you'll find a tiny mint mark, a little letter that tells you where the coin was made: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. That little letter can make a big difference when it comes to value. We'll get to that part soon. Section 3. Types and MPOSITIONS. Now, here's something most people don't realize. There are actually 2 main types of bicentennial Kennedy half dollars. 1. The regular copper-nickel coins, which were made for circulation, the kind you could get in your pocket change. 2. The 40% silver versions, which were made only for collectors and sold in special mint or proof sets. Let's break those down. Type 1. Copper-nickel clad. These are the ones most people have. They were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and they have that familiar silvery color, but they're actually 75% copper and 25% nickel over a copper core. They were minted in massive numbers, over 500 million of them. So yeah, they're not exactly rare, but some are worth more depending on condition. And mint mark. Type 2. 40% silver bicentennial half dollars. Now here's where it gets interesting. The San Francisco Mint also produced special collector versions, both uncirculated and proof coins, that contained 40% silver. These weren't meant for circulation. You could only get them by buying special U.S. Mint sets. If you have one of those, congrats, it's definitely more valuable than face value. The 40% silver coins weigh a bit more and have a slightly different ring when you drop them on a table, a higher pitch ping sound because of the silver content. So if you've got a bicentennial half dollar, check the edge and the mint mark. That's your first clue to knowing what you have. Section 4. Mint marks and where they were made. Let's talk about mint marks for a second, because they're super important for identifying value. As I mentioned earlier, these coins were made in 3 mints. Philadelphia, no mint mark. You'll find the mint mark just below Kennedy's neck, on the front of the coin. Here's the breakdown. No mint mark, Philadelphia. Copper-nickel circulation coins. D mint mark, Denver. Copper-nickel circulation coins. S mint mark, San Francisco. Could be either silver or proof, so look carefully. The San Francisco ones are the ones collectors get excited about, especially in proof condition. Section 5. Value and RARITY. Alright, let's get to the question everyone wants answered. Moneybag, is my 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar worth anything? The short answer is, it depends. Let's go over the different possibilities. Small orange diamond circulated copper nickel coins. If your coin has been in circulation, it's scratched, dull, or just looks like pocket change, it's probably worth 50 cents, maybe up to $1 if it's in nice condition. That's because there are just so many of them out there now. If your coin looks shiny and new, maybe straight from a roll or a mint set, you might get $2 to $4 for it. Collectors like uncirculated examples, especially those with strong luster and no wear. If you have a silver bicentennial half dollar, meaning it has that S mint mark and came from a special set, now we're talking real value. The silver melt value alone is around $3 to $5 depending on silver prices. But if it's a proof coin in pristine condition, it could fetch anywhere from $8 to $20, sometimes more. And certain high-grade examples, graded by services like PCGS or NGC, have sold for over $100. Then, of course, there are the error coins, and these can be real treasure. Some bicentennial half dollars have been found with double die obverse or reverse, where the design looks doubled, off-center strikes, clipped planchet, or even wrong planchet errors, meaning the coin was accidentally struck on a different metal blank. These kinds of errors can range from $50 to several $100s, depending on the type and how dramatic it looks. So yeah, always check your coins carefully. If you're not sure whether your coin is silver or not, here are some quick ways to tell. 1. Check the edge. Silver versions will have a solid silver color all around, while the copper nickel ones will show an orange-brown stripe in the middle from the copper core. 2. Look for the mint mark. Remember, only S mint mark coins were made in 40% silver. 3. Weigh it. A regular copper nickel coin weighs 11.34 grams, while the 40% silver version weighs 11.50 grams. That's a small difference, but digital scales can pick it up. 4. Sound test. Gently drop it on a wooden surface. The silver coin will make a high ping, while the regular one sounds duller. Beyond just value, the bicentennial half dollar is a beloved piece of American history. It's the kind of coin that even non-collectors recognize and keep. For many people, it brings back memories, the bicentennial celebrations, parades, fireworks, the spirit of 1976. And of course, the Kennedy half dollar itself has always had a sense of national pride. John F. Kennedy represented hope and progress, and having his face on the coin symbolized continuity from 1776 to 1976 and beyond. Even today, you'll still find these coins floating around in circulation, though not as much as before. A lot of people hoarded them back in the 70s thinking they'd become rare someday. And in a way, they did, not in price but in nostalgia. Okay, so what if you've got a bicentennial half dollar and you think it's in great condition? What should you do first? Handle it carefully. By the edges, not the faces. Fingerprints can ruin the surface, especially on proof or uncirculated coins. Next, store it properly. Use a 2x2 cardboard holder, a plastic capsule, or a coin album to protect it from scratches and air exposure. If you think you have something special, like an error coin or an exceptionally high-grade piece, consider sending it to a professional grading service such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. Authenticate and grade it, which can increase its resale value. Here are a few cool facts about the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar you might not know. 1. The bicentennial design was only used for 2 years, even though the date says 1776, 1976. The mint began striking them in 1975, but none were dated 1975. All were 1776 to 1976.2. Over 500 million were made across all mints, making it one of the most widely produced commemorative coin designs ever. 3. The Kennedy half dollar series is still ongoing today. It's one of the longest-running modern U.S. coin designs. 4. Some bicentennial coins were struck in silver-clad proof sets that included the quarter and dollar. Those full sets can be quite collectible. 5. The bicentennial half dollar was one of the few coins ever made with an image of a real building, Independence Hall, instead of an eagle or symbolic design. Section 10. Modern value and market trends. So, what's the market like today for these coins? Well, because they were made in such huge numbers, most regular ones are still only worth face value. But collector interest has been rising again in recent years. Silver prices have fluctuated a lot, and as they go up, the value of the 40% silver coins also rises. And among younger collectors, there's growing interest in US history coins, especially ones with unique dual dates like this. Some YouTubers and TikTokers have even gone viral showing off rare error versions, which brought new attention to the series. So, even if yours isn't worth hundreds, it's still an awesome historical keepsake, and who knows, maybe silver prices will spike again. Alright guys, there you have it, the full story of the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar. It's not just a piece of metal, it's a piece of American history. Whether yours is worth 50 cents or $50, it represents 200 years of independence, unity, and remembrance. So next time you find one of these coins in your change or tucked away in a drawer, take a moment to appreciate it, because you're literally holding a little piece of the nation's birthday celebration. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome coin stories, and comment below if you've ever found a bicentennial half dollar. I'd love to hear where you discovered yours. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep collecting, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one.